Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about the fastest chess moves to quickly checkmate your opponent. On the other hand, if you're new to this channel, I'd request you to kindly hit the subscribe option and click on the bell icon to get notifications of my later videos. So without further delay, let us move to the video. Okay, so now let me start with the first move. So the best advisable move is to move the king's pawn 2 steps ahead. The opponent probably gives the same move for his team. Now I would advise you to use your queen. This move is called the early queen attacks. I'll move your queen to the farthest blocks angularly. What the opponent usually does is tries to attack your queen using his pawn. This is the very wrong move he required. You need to capture his pawn and you give him a check. The king has to defend himself and will use either his bishop or his queen to defend himself. This gives you an advantage over his rook. You can easily capture his rook. The opponent is terrified by the sudden attack. Now he will try to do the same attack for himself. So he takes back his bishop and you capture his other piece. Now he takes his queen front so that you cannot attack his bishop. So what you do is you capture his pawn. The queen similarly attacks your pawn and gives you a check. But don't be worried. Use your rook. Sorry, not your rook. Use your knight to defend your king. And then keep your and then you have to keep your queen in a very safe position. Now the queen has no alternative other than to stay or capture this piece of yours. Don't be worried, mates. I still have a solution for you. Use your knight to this position to give a silent attack on your queen. The moment the queen captures this piece of and gives you a check, use your knight to capture the queen, and there your queen is gone. And now, since you have already got most of your opponent's pieces, you can easily give him a check. The bishop captures your pawn, your knight, and you, using a pawn, capture the bishop. Now, use your queen to give a silent attack on the king himself. Now, your opponent will usually use his knight. Don't let me tell you, this knight is usually used for the knight attack. I'll be telling you about that in my later videos. But this move usually gives a check to your opponent's king. And now what the king will do is move this piece over here. And so now you have to use a rook. Now this game continues depending on your step on your idea of the game and your opponent's stability powers upon the game. Now, depending on some wrong moves or some worse moves which you have to take advantage of from your opponent, you can usually win the game. But let me tell you, don't risk your queen unnecessarily. Like, let me tell you, give him a tempt over here. Like, it's the black's turn over here, and it gives over here. It wants to tend out its rook or something like that. Okay, so I'll use my bishop to give a silent attack on the knight of my opponent. So what it will do is it will move it to a place where it can attack both the pieces. So what I'll do is I will do a castling of my pieces. Now castling at the first 10 steps is very recommended for your benefit the of your team, so that to prevent the early queen attacks and the early knight attacks. Okay, so the moment you do that, this knight would be able to do the knight attack very soon if you wouldn't have done castling. So what you have to do is this attacks this one. Don't be afraid. Now you would be terrified why I'm doing all these things. Usually what it does is it uses its bishop over here to give us attack on your rook. But what you will do, use your queen to capture the opponent's rook. It does the same, captures your rook, you capture its bishop. Now if you count, you have more pieces left on your chessboard than your opponent. I give him a check. I place it in such a position so then the next position I can use my rook to capture over that piece. So usually they will give this position, and the moment I give this, the king cannot capture that. So I win and I got a mate. Okay, so that's all. Hope you like this video. Please do like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.